Walk right into before you figure out where you want to. I always told them, you're just like if I forget it, then you this propose. But trying to get her is always about I've got you. Yeah, they have. I have you on the agenda. You too. You'll know what I do. Or storm that
Oh, thank you. I'll have to just wait. You'll be on camera for sitting that way.
well,
Do you prefer to sit back that way, or do you want to sit this way?
see who is.
I'm sorry.
I'll just make up the next promotion.
Yeah,
that's what we last.
Well, it's usually Carlene and
Oh, yeah, Bob,
yeah.
or sometimes Rob and Angelina.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. Although, this is the only record of the meeting.
yeah.
I do try to make it,
Yeah. Well, we got a request to board. Well, I can do that.
I don't know. I've been asked, like, well, how come they don't know what all I know to do on Google Docs is how to post it. I don't know how to access it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how I access it, but I don't know how anybody else.
Right. Yeah, I never do all these years. I've never seen them on the public website, but I just asked Chris, and he told me he will make a decision.
Yeah.
And I can do it because I can go
membership
in.
meeting.
Yeah, they'll show you. Yeah.
But a board meeting, they are public meetings.
Yeah. So that was a question I had for him, but he said he'll figure something.
And so why for all the
Yeah.
Volunteers in the neighborhood.
Can you hear me now? Good. A microphone that works.
Yeah.
I vote that we say it myself. And with that, I'd like to thank myself. I know there's someone in the back, but I don't see the other staff. There he is. Come on, Hector. Hector, thank you for hosting us this evening. While the police station works on their microphone. If you haven't had a chance to check in, we don't have it on the screen tonight, but you've got the little slips here on Slido. You just go through that process. Appreciate it. And I'll ask for order in the room, Mr. Simpkins. Chief Alvarado. Hi. Great. Good to see you. I want to hear from you in a minute. All right. With that, I would like to ask for a motion to approve the agenda of the February 2025 meeting and the minutes of the January 2025 meeting.
Move to approve.
Okay, Paul and Mr. O'Neill, second. Thank you. All in favor? If you don't like it, we go home now. Okay, good. That's correct. That's why I have these and no words. Yes, thank you. I stand back far enough, I can see it. All right, I'd like to recognize anyone here tonight who is the first time visiting us. Yes, ma'am, what neighborhood are you?
I'm in Udi County.
Oh, we're neighbors, great. Thanks for coming. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm not new, but I haven't been here for quite a while.
Welcome back. Mesa, wonderful. I saw Ann.
Bob Jet from Canyon Corridor.
Canyon Corridor, thank you.
Bill Moore for Movie Colony.
The movie colony, wow, they're all coming back. Anybody over here? All right, in the back, I see some hands. All right, we're all here. Sir?
Kevin Pilar, Mountain Gate.
Mountain Gate, wow, thank you. We're gonna have all 52 here one day. That's wonderful. Well, please come back, tell a friend. But we won't be here again unless there's other extenuating circumstances. So thank you for that. It's 4 o'clock today, so from now on, it will be 4 to 5:30. And you know how I am about the time, so 5:30, I will leave. And we'll be back at Police Training Center here forward again until we know otherwise. All right, so thank you for that. NORA issues, are there any burning issues we don't know about, need to know about? Now's a good chance. Go ahead. Sorry.
No idea. Get to use the mic. Just wanted to bring attention to the group. Oops, to your mouth. Oh,
Okay.
you can see I'm trained this. Bring attention to the group of the situation we have in the neighborhood of Upper West Side, pardon me, Upper West Side neighborhood, having to do with the warehousing of automobiles with a franchise group called Toro Car Rental. And this individual has 15 autos parked in our neighborhood on the street that is creating a site as well as non-use of our parking areas. And so there seems to be a difference of interpretation of the code. And so Councilman Bernstein and Chris Garnett is working on it, but I think it also would be a subject for us as a group, maybe a separate committee to work on. And so I might make that suggestion.
Excellent. Oh, good suggestion. Thank you very much for bringing that to our attention. Yes, later we can get the address and so forth. Any other issues that are brewing and bubbling? Anybody in the back there? Sorry, there's a back. Usually there's not a back. Okay. Well, always feel free to chime in and let us know if there's things that we don't know about or need to address, such as that topic, and I appreciate that. Measure J blade sign, want to just very brief update. It's moving forward. We're going through the inventory of neighborhood blade signs. Some neighborhoods don't have artwork, so we're working on, he's just jumped on the phone, but we're working on completing that so that everybody has something for their neighborhood, of course. Like I said, there's about 180 different signs. Some neighborhoods get more because there's more traffic intersections. We're moving forward soon. It hasn't gone to print yet, but it will soon. And my personal goal is by the end of the season, per se, this will all be done. So time you go away for summer, everybody's named, come back and celebrate. So I'm happy about that. And at any time, any questions, don't hesitate. Okay, I'm going to move on to some committee reports. Yes, we have committees. Sometimes people say, you don't have committees anymore. We do indeed. And the next one is the Black History Parade Fair Committee. And Lisa, can you come on up so we can hear you, Lisa? Lisa Hoff. I also see Lisa Middleton in the audience. Thank you for coming tonight.
Just wanted to thank you all so much for volunteering to work at the Black History Parade and event in a couple of weeks. We have a full complement of volunteers. It was very kind of you. We appreciate it. And I hope you'll stop by our booth and say hi during the parade.
You need volunteers?
Nope, we're good.
We have volunteers.
Yeah.
A committee with volunteers. I love it. All right, next will be picnic. I don't see Joy or Dave. Denise, can you give us a few seconds?
I like this smile.
Do a talk show.
Hey everybody, so we're really close, about a month and a half away from the One PS Picnic, a community expo. Some neighborhoods have signed up, some have not. I hope we.
How many do we have?
I think we have, how many do we have, Kat?
We have quite a few, but still we need more.
We
We have 52 neighborhoods.
How many?
No, not off the top of my head, I
All right.
don't know.
So we're working on our vendor outreach and we're working on our sponsorships. I just want to make an announcement that Palm Springs Fire Association, thanks to Captain Ronnie Skyberg, we got a $1,000 donation from your food for everybody. We have three food vendors already. Let's see, what else can I tell you? We need volunteers. I have a volunteer sign-up sheet I'm going to pass around. We need somebody for the people when they check in and give them lunch tickets, and we need somebody to man the lunch guest booth. But we're going to have all sorts of activities and things, police, fire, everybody's going to be involved. It's going to be exciting. It's the 17th annual, and the person that really helped us organize it year after year after year after year retired, and so it's just gone to a smaller group, and we're learning as we go. So we can all be event planners soon. But anyway, yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody there. I have some applications if you know any other people that want to participate, and looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Good, thank you.
Yay!
And Carlene is recruiting students from the high school?
No.
No?
College, Desert.
Okay, the other high school, College of the Desert, thank you for the correction. We appreciate the volunteers, because I've tried to put up booths before, and I said, oh, I need the student. All right, neighborhoods of distinction wasn't on the agenda, but I want to add that. Ned would like to
Thank you.
ask for bodies.
Thank you, Chris, I appreciate it. About neighborhoods of distinction awards, we're already thinking about next year. We had an official advisory committee charter prepared for the 1PS board, but we need membership officials such as yourselves to volunteer for it. So when you do Slido today, please, you'll see a question, multiple choice. Can I volunteer for the 1PS Neighborhoods of Distinction Awards? And there are two options to answer. One is yes, and one is absolutely. We thought we had to do this because we had so many questions from last year, about last year and about this year. Can we do something differently? There's a couple things I can help with right now. The gold statues are not in the budget. And we don't think that Bad Bunny is willing to perform. So we'll send him an email. And the most popular question of all, can I use AI to write my nomination this year? So the committee's got to figure that one out. The final question, do we still need Chief Mills to do all of the work setting up tables and all of the work cleaning up at the end of the day. Which, by the way, that amazing gentleman did all of that work. And he, after we all left, he was there still setting up the room.
Kyle, you have the shoes.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Chris. Slido.
Yes, light up.
That's Mr. Slido. All right, well, thank you for the swift-moving agenda, and Madam Mayor has a...
Can I just pass this around? This is a volunteer picnic sign.
Okay.
Can I start moving around, see if they do?
Volunteers and picnic going around.
What about an hour?
All right, Mayor Soto, you are next on the agenda.
Thank you. Apologies to be late. I saw Denise's email around the change location, and I still parked. So, yeah, thank you for your patience, and thanks, Chris. So a few updates, a little from me also. City Manager Scott Giles is sick, so there's a real nasty bug going around. Wash your hands, wear masks in crowded places if that feels comfortable for you. So hope he feels better soon. So a few updates. Modernism Week is starting in just a couple of days. On February 12th, City Hall is going to be lit up at this time. If you remember from previous years, it looks beautiful. Another thing that's happening at City Hall, Modernism Week requested to park a vintage trailer on the 18th as part of their activities. It's going to be stationed in one of the parking spots right in front along Packwood. There's not going to be any vending or other activities occurring from the trailer, but it looks like a really beautiful photo op, selfie, a little like city glam during Modernism Week. So feel free to check out that moment. Definitely very Instagram worthy. And really just like what an exciting time in season for Modernism Week. So double check the schedule. We're having visitors coming in, and it's a great time to see the city so full for such a celebration of our Palm Springs aesthetics and design. The fire department is here. Hi, Chief Alvarado. They are having an open house on February 23rd from 4 to 6. You got some of those flyers too? Great. I have a couple other ones I can leave with you.
Fire in the back?
From 4 to 6. And it's to learn about some of the plans for the new fire station, particular Fire Station 1. There was a great presentation at Fire Station 1, 3, and 5. And really kind of our real options around each of those facilities. This one will in particular be kind of really the vision around Fire Station 1. We want to hear from community members directly. This is an opportunity for you to see the state of our fire department, the needs of our fire departments to serve our downtown community, our visitors, making sure we're keeping everyone safe. And so it's kind of an opportunity to not just see a presentation on YouTube, but really kind of interact with that, with those goals and share feedback and really just kind of celebrate our whole fire department. A few days later, or actually that same day, there's going to be the Tramview Heights Specific Plan Community Workshop. Look at this great man away, right? The city's hosting this workshop to gather community input on the drafted Tramview Heights Specific Plan. That's at 5:30 to 7 at the James O. Duffy Highland Community Center. And, you know, there's a real opportunity to kind of really make sure we're shaping and providing feedback on the future of North Palm Springs. It's one of the few spaces where there's a little bit more land to develop. There's needs, there's commercial needs, grocery, residents there who are really excited to see kind of that develop. So that's also happening on the 23rd. A few days later, on the 28th, you see our amazing police department. We'll have the Black Police Department open house. Big month for open houses. We're just following the theme of Modernism Week. But the police department's having their open houses from 3 to 6. There'll be department tours to really take a look at the facilities, see kind of where all the incredible work on our public safety teams happens. You can take pictures with Sergeant Bandit. We know who the real celebrities of these departments are. You can snap a photo with that, kind of beloved mascot. There'll also be demonstrations, showcasing skills, tools, and training that the team uses every day. So, like, kind of, you know, a handy skill that can, you can apply in your own life.
And you can go into the lockup too.
Hopefully we don't have to practice that too much. But yeah, we can see where that works out. And really just meeting the team and getting to know all of our dedicated public safety professionals who serve our community, who, protect our community and really, help make Palm Springs, the place we love to be. There's a county budget survey happening right now, so if you haven't seen, Supervisor, Manuel Perez has his office has shared quite a bit, but the county budget process is underway, and they have an online survey requesting community feedback on priorities. We really encourage community members to give feedback, to the community on funding operations, specifically on our navigation center. That is our, like, city ask to our community to request to the county. The navigation center is a huge success. It is years and years and years of work of previous city councils, our public safety teams. There's been our last point, in time count, a 63% reduction in homelessness in our city. We should be really proud of it. The developers and owners of who are moving that project.
Where's that?
Mentioned.
Place.
Yeah, let me double check.
I think they do it at the condos next door, right?
I have it on my calendar, I can double check.
Is it a regular meeting?
It's second Thursday every month.
Okay, in that location for the time. Okay.
Mhm. Yep. Thank you all, happy Modern Day.
Yeah, thank you.
I covered up a lot. Just a couple of things, the Toro, which people don't know, is that's a car rental thing that's happening. It's like a vacation rental for cars, where you can rent your own cars to people at the airport. So it has been done for people who like rent their own cars. The idea of starting your own business to have 15 cars is we've had one person who's doing it. Code has spoken to them. He has said he's selling his cars. They're on top of it. So there are certain things that he can't be doing, but you're right that it may need some kind of an ordinance to deal with it. It's not a great business model because to have 15 cars for most of the, half the year, it won't be used. So, but that is the one person, that is the issue. For somebody with one car, it's a little different. Just to also mention, we did go through the parking study implementation plan, and one of the outcomes of the last council was that Councilmember Hart and I are going to do a parking subcommittee, first to start with on-street parking times downtown, as well as, I think, handicap and disabled parking options, and ride share, but then that would be the ideal forum to sort of go into things like the reparking ordinance, employee parking, event parking, paid parking for events, shuttles, and all the rest of that. So right now it's very focused because we can achieve certain things, but we can keep going in terms of that format to do it. The other thing, just in terms of the orchard tree, they did have a deadline they had not submitted things properly last year. They had 90 days in which to resubmit it, which they have done, and it's under review now. So we will, as the mayor said, we will know more soon, but we are on top of that. Couple other things, at one of the last council meetings, we approved two affordable housing on San Rafael. One of them, we approved the project because the neighbors had appealed planning commission approval, and we denied that and denied the appeal. And then for that one as well as a new one, we have allocated funding from the city, from our affordable housing fund. In June, one of them 3.8, another one 2.2 million. And for those of you who may remember, we set up a resolution a few years ago where a certain percentage of our vacation rental TOT goes towards affordable housing projects. So that's going to be help to those two. Another thing that our housing department showed is that for the three projects that we've done so far, as well as these two, the city contribution is like 9 to 15% of the total budget. So we're able to leverage our money to get county and state money to do the rest of it. So these will be the fourth and fifth affordable housing we've had, the other three opened in the last 2 years. And we have 2 more in the works. The other thing is a lot of discussion on the zoning code. We've had a couple community meetings. We had a discussion at council the other day. There's a lot of changing information from the state. So what has happened right now is we agreed council is going to get updated just on what information we have and don't have, and then we're going to try and look for a presentation to the community on just what we know and don't know shortly. But this is part of a huge zoning code project that will take another year probably to go forward. We have heard loud and clear the issues on ICE, and we're going to find out what we have to do, what we can do, what the other options are. Another presentation, we did have a presentation in the downtown fire station and the parking. The biggest issue, if you haven't heard for the community, is that there will be a loss of parking behind the Henry Frank Arcade. We still have the spaces at the Hyatt across the street, and there's 1,000 spaces there, but it's not an easily, you can't go up in front of the Hyatt, you can only go down in your car, so there's issues there which we will look at.
Where's the entrance to that, on Indian?
On Indian, and on Pumpkin, the Hyatt is where you get into it. So the Henry Frank Arcade, it faces Palm Canyon, but the parking is behind it next to the fire station. So we are going to use a little sliver around the fire station. The China King property is private property that it very rarely makes sense for a city to go and try and buy a private property because you pay a fortune. But I would encourage people to go to the open house, and you will see exactly, our firefighters are living there, that what the conditions, the building is 68 years old. And they can't have women there. Because the reason being is there's not sleeping quarters and showers for both genders. But I did hear, I don't know if it's public yet, we're maybe close to hiring our first female firefighter. Hopefully, I don't know if it's happening or not, Chief, but hopefully it is. And that's the other reason why we need to renovate fire station, well, most of our fire stations, but fire station 3 as well. We also approved $6.5 million for Duluth Park upgrade, which includes the dog parks, the Little League lot, ADA parking, pathways. And the great thing about this is a lot of, I think $1.6 million comes from a state grant. And then we use Measure J, which obviously the majority comes from tourists, and then Quimby funds, which is a fee that housing developers pay towards parks. So a lot of this is coming from park-specific projects and not just the general fund. We're also finalizing the undergrounding ordinance. There were some changes that were to that, where neighborhoods are, what's that? Utility, undergrounding utility, the wires. So there's a couple neighborhoods who want to do it. It is an expense on the neighbors, on people who want to do it, there's people who want to pay that. And so part of it is making sure we have the processes to allow that to be done. I will mention also that I was at a Plaza Theater meeting today. So between December and January, they had 66 performances. 60 to 70% of the people are coming from out of town. They already have a dozen summer events planned, and they've had 30,000 plus attendees so far. Yeah, doing well. You'll see a lot of other stuff coming up. I want to mention, the mayor mentioned Black History Parade on 28th. They have events going on all month. There's an all-volunteer committee. They got the parade, they got a town fair. The Thursday night at the museum, if you haven't been, it's really fun event, and they do Black History events all month. Free. Yep, Thursday night, thanks to the city, it's free for everybody. And they get about 1,000 people at least every Thursday night. I think that's it. I also want to mention, the mayor and I are restarting the Economic Development Subcommittee, because we adopted an economic development strategic framework last year. So the subcommittee is going to focus on implementing that. One of the key areas is figuring out how to streamline our permitting and processing in the city so we are more business friendly. So to the issue about the website where businesses are having problems, that should be part of addressing that. And, oops, just,
Oh, that's timer.
that's my timer, yeah. So lastly, one good thing, the Arts and Culture, Roundtable is working on actually launching their XO, they're calling it, their Citywide Arts and Culture Festival to be, or celebration to be June 11th to 21st, which will highlight all of the incredible arts and culture organizations that we have in our city. And actually during that time, we are also going to do our second AI Expo on June 21st and 22nd, AI and Creativity Expo. That's, and lastly, one more thing. The convention center, has still moving forward. We had a meeting last month with the designers and architects we've hired, and these people have done some amazing work around the world on what we're trying to bring to our downtown convention center district in terms of art, in terms of shade, in terms of walkability, really something should be exciting. They'll be back next month to present some more. Happy to answer any question.
Question, I want to go back to parking. You said the height, you mean the Thompson?
No, the highest is the under, that's how you're going to the underground parking.
Okay, I thought you were going to be
No,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Has everybody been to that? Knows where that parking is? Does anybody not know where that parking is?
Okay, okay. And it's free.
And it is free, yeah. Okay.
I want to go back, you know, so you had mentioned that the city is aware of one Turo operator. Yeah, well,
One that has 15 cars.
is that the one over by the airport?
No.
It is the one in Glen.
The one that Glenn and I have been thinking about, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have visited them.
I know at the parking meeting, there were 3 different neighborhoods who mentioned they had Turo operators.
Yeah,
They didn't mention how many they had.
yeah,
But I knew there were multiple Turo operators.
okay.
Thank you.
Was there a recent $900,000 grant?
Oh.
And is that going towards sidewalks along Sunrise?
There was from the Active Substance Committee, Active Transportation Subcommittee, did report a grant they received. I'm not sure what's being used for pedestrian walkways. I don't know if they've allocated yet.
And how would we?
There's a subcommittee, which I believe is council members Ray and Mayor Pro Tem Reddy, and Councilmember DeHart, working with the subcommittee from the Sustainability Commission, and that's probably the best way to go. Okay? We did also get do you know?
Yeah, most of it's looking at CV link, connectors, so being able to easily and safely get on and off, the CV link is one of
So
those.
it's not particular. But the Active Transportation Subcommittee, that's the name, right? It's probably a good place to start in terms of that as well. And I should mention, the police also gave a great presentation, council the other day, and just talked about the number of, I mean, it's been going down in terms of our collisions and accidents, and their citations have gone way up, but it's still very high for our city. And a lot of it has to do with DUIs and
One more question.
Are you able to report at all about the defunct Bel-Air Greens area there, which is looking very shabby? Anything new on that old?
I don't know of anything there. Those are the tribal latifs, they're trying to have it rezoned to be able to do condos. I'm not sure where that is right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. So another treat for this going forward. You'll notice on the agenda that we're going to continue with our city reports rather than interrupting it with a presentation. So we're going to move on to police, and we have Deputy Chief Stern here tonight. Welcome back. Did I spell your name right?
You did, yeah, said it right, spelled it right, you got it all. Hey, everybody. Thanks for having us back. Wanted to take a few moments to just touch on a couple of things. The mayor mentioned that we're having our Behind the Badge open house. That's on the 28th, later this month. But we are doing another event later this month that we want you to be on the lookout for via our social media and also on the Nextdoor app. It's a fraud prevention class that's been very popular with some of the other community groups. We've given it to members of the tribal council. We've given it to different community groups throughout the city, but people really find it engaging and they find the information very useful. So it's about fraud prevention, how to do everything in your power to make sure that you're not victimized by some of these calling scams, online scams, and just the various forms of ways that people are trying to take advantage of our community members. And there will be a sign language interpreter there, so we will be able to accommodate anyone with hearing difficulty. Councilmember Bernstein just talked about it, so I'll kick off with a few things just for us at the PD. We are very happy to report out, and Chief Mills did a presentation about the traffic situation, which I and Sergeant Lamb are going to touch about kind of at the end of our talking points. But we did really want to share with the group some important news that we're really happy about, and that is that our 2025 crime statistics and numbers came back. We are looking really good across the board. We got a 9% reduction for crimes against persons. We got a 12% reduction in all crimes against property, so that's burglary, theft, vehicle theft. And then we have a 27% increase in the amount of self-initiated arrests that our officers are making. Those are primarily geared towards drug offenses, issues with trespassing at locations where members of the unhoused community are staying or doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. Wanted persons, people with warrants, DUIs, trespassing. So these are all quality of life related issues. So we've really been able to up our active enforcement of those issues, which we feel is having a tangible benefit. We hope that is translating out to all of you and that you're feeling it in your neighborhoods as well. But then the chief was asked to talk about, we've had some very unfortunate traffic-related incidents already this year. We have had a fair number of them throughout our history as a city. So council asked the chief to come and give a presentation at the last council meeting where he provided a lot of good information. That information is on the website if you want to see the slides itself. But a few things that we really did want to hone in on. Some of the biggest things that we're finding related to TC-related issues, especially the fatal collisions. DUI is often the primary collision factor. That's a big area of concern for us, as well as right-of-way. So people turning left in front of others. That is a significant primary collision factor, and then speeding. So these are all things that we're trying to address. Over the course of the last 3 years, PSPD has issued either a citation or a written warning in over 16,000 incidents, and that's 5,600 plus just last year alone. So we really are leaning into the enforcement aspect of that. That doesn't always mean a citation. A written warning is a formal written document that we give the driver, but it's intended to kind of give you a heads up, hey, this is a problem, this is something we're really focusing on. We really are just trying to make this an educational piece, but at the same time, we need compliance from people who are living in the community and visiting the community so that we have safe roadways for our other drivers, for our bicyclists, and for our pedestrians who use these streets to enjoy the beautiful weather that we have here. So in line with that, very similar to Chief Mills' operation that we did about 1.5 years ago with, if you remember, Operation Rearview Mirror. We're going to be doing another traffic-specific operation that I'm going to ask the Special Events and Traffic Sergeant, this is Jason Lamb, he's going to tell you a little bit about that.
Can you tell us when the fog is?
So I believe it's on the 24th, but that's a Tuesday, so let me confirm that. But again, it is going to be advertised on Nextdoor, and then all PSPD social media, we will be pushing that out over the course of the next few weeks. There is signups, and people are signing up for it. But Captain Ariza actually thinks a lot of people sign up and then don't show. So try to sign up anyway if you're interested in going. We'll do everything we can to accommodate. And then again, if it's very popular and people seem to like it and we want more, we'll just offer another one. So again, without further ado, Sergeant Jason Lamb is going to tell you about some of our specific operational goals with what we're going to do moving forward on the traffic front. And then he's going to ask for a little bit of assistance. So I'll turn it over to him. Cool.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me. Real quick, so this new traffic operation that we're going to have, I would like to have help from the community. The last city council meeting, Chief talked about having community involvement, which is a big thing, because there's 3 primary factors for traffic safety. It's enforcement, that's when you see us writing tickets, warnings, as the deputy chief said. There's education. I know we have a large out-of-state population that comes to visit, so education's huge. And then the last one is engineering. Deputy Chief kind of touched on that. One of our biggest collision factors is unprotected left turns. That's something that can be solved with engineering, having the lights that are red for left turns instead of just a green where you have to pick. So the goal of this new operation, obviously, is to reduce traffic collisions. But I really want to work with the PD, the engineering department, and our citizens to work together. We talked about it, or Chief talked about it last council meeting. But to work together, bring ideas together. A lot of citizens have ideas that I don't even think of. I've already been having phone calls about it. But really, it's gonna be later this month. I'm working with engineering to have a community workshop, so to speak, where we'll talk about the different engineering ideas. Engineering will talk about that, the different things that we wanna do, and then we wanna hear from the community too, just to come up with ideas and come up with a plan and operation to help mitigate a lot of these, traffic collisions, and specifically the fatal traffic collisions. So I don't have the date yet. It'll be sometime later this month, more than likely. Can I leave an email address for you guys? So the goal is to have between 15 and 25 people. So if you're interested in joining this, this workshop where we talk about traffic, and provide, suggestions, guidelines, things like that, so we can come up with a plan between PD, engineering, and the community, I would love to hear from you. I'll hand these gentlemen my email address. Just reach out to me. When I get the date, I'll send it out, and then we can have that discussion and hopefully make the streets in Palm Springs a lot safer, reduce our traffic collisions.
A question for you. We used to have a project called Hotspot, and the community would be solicited for known hotspots in their areas that have been problematic, but also reached out with police departments to identify specific high trouble locations in the city. And it seems like it might be good to digitate your efforts with the Active Transportation Committee that kind of was doing the same thing. Earlier, it was mentioned that they were working on TV link access primarily, which isn't exactly correct. I attended the meeting. It really is looking at hotspots as well as access and sidewalks and crosswalks and so much more, and bike lanes. But also with cyclists, we also have an issue in this city. They are vehicles. Many of them don't follow the rules of the road, and how to address that. I know my husband gets frustrated with that every day. He makes a comment to me about something with a cyclist. So are you looking at a hotspot concept?
Because obviously we have finite resources, right? We can't just write every hotspot. So the goal is to direct our resources in the most problematic areas. So hotspots, a big one. But it's not just enforcement, it's work with engineering too, like you just said. So that's the goal, is to identify those areas and come up with a plan of attack. Because I could go out to any stop sign, any whatever in the city, and I could write 20 sites an hour easily, but it doesn't really fix the problem. So yes, identifying the hotspots and coming up with a game plan to stop these traffic collisions.
Great.
Yeah.
One second before we jump past that. So Chief and I are big proponents of data-driven policing, so we do our own internal data analysis with our crime analysts and other data processing systems we have to establish our own hotspots. But then what I encourage everybody, especially members of this organization, to do is, if there's a problematic intersection, street, issue that's traffic-related in your specific neighborhood, or when you're driving, you see it consistently, communicate that information to your district commander, one of the lieutenants who's in that area. Those are the people that are kind of specifically tasked to monitor those specific crime issues or specific quality of life issues, and then we work collaboratively together internally to try to address those things. So pass that information on, for sure. Different.
Officer Lamb, can you make sure and have somebody from Caltrans there? Because I'm in the Gene Autry neighborhood, and on Vista Chino, in between Farrell and Gene Autry, there have been so many people getting hit or near misses. And one of the problems is there's a bus stop across the street, on Vista Chino, and we've seen people in wheelchairs trying to scoot across there. And if the city wants people to use public transportation, we need to get some kind of pedestrian crossing there. And I've brought it up a lot of times for a long time, and it's always, well, it's Caltrans. And then we saw a Caltrans guy who said, no, it's the city, you know. So we really need a pedestrian crossing.
Well, I think that's a great point, and I think what Sergeant Lamb is really working to do with this effort is to get all the right stakeholders in the room so that we can have meaningful conversations, figure out what the real issues are. You brought up a fantastic point. It's actually a tragic point. Most of our fatal collisions in the city involve pedestrians. It's people who are in the roadway. So we have major problems with individuals who, for one reason or the other, are finding themselves in places on the roadway that they should not be. And then that is some of the things that leads to those fatal traffic collisions. So we are really trying to look at that holistically so that we can address the root causes of the issues, whether it be from an engineering front, an enforcement front, or a collaboration and combination of all. Yes.
So and I'm glad you talked about engineering, because one of the things I've seen happen is traffic lights will be out. Avenue Caballeros to Vistachino. Vistachino is a major street, and the lights are out. Gina, down the shore, lights would be out, and I've driven on, because I have to drive around a lot. All of a sudden, surprise, the lights out. And the problem I see with it, people from out of town, out of state, whatever, they kind of forget traffic rules, and that's leading to collisions. The other issue is right out here on Ramon. So turning into Mizell, yes, you know, the lanes, the markings for the left turn and right turn, it's real faint. And I've tried to turn in here, and people are in the lane to turn in here. And I think last year was a pretty big accident out. So those kind of things, I'd like to think would help. If they're going to have traffic lights out, do one traffic intersection at a time, not like 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 of them, because that impedes things all across the state.
Yeah, that's the purpose of this, workshop that we're gonna have, is having us an engineer present. I would love for you, as a matter of fact, to,
I'm going
email
to
me
be
and be
there.
there. But that's the thing, just to identify some of these things and come up with collaborative solutions. I don't have all the answers, the engineer might have all the answers, but just coming together, we might come up with, some solutions for that.
Last question, back, yeah.
One of the things that I noticed last year's epidemic of running red light.
Oh,
Apparently it's true.
Welcome to California.
So, what's your question on the red light? So we have a couple things. Do I have time? Okay. We have a couple things. First, I just wanted to define red light as far as it is defined in the vehicle code, which a lot of people don't know. So you have a limit line on the road. If any portion of your car is past that limit line, whether it be 3 inches to your bumper, that's not considered running a red light for the vehicle code.
People run through red.
Okay, and I've seen them too.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that we're trying to include in this, new traffic operation is the technology piece. You guys know that we have the new real-time information center it's an information center with drones, things like that. So one of the things we're gonna try to start doing is using technology, and maybe on some of the problem hotspot red light areas, is using drones to watch people run their red lights. Because a lot of red lights is, right place, right time, as far as seeing it. When we post up at a specific intersection, everybody drives like an angel, or it's hard to see it. So, one of our components will try to just use technology. You won't be able to see the drone, but maybe we can monitor intersections like that. And that's one of the ideas that I want to bring towards this workshop and talk about how we can use technology to do more with less.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Fire Chief Alvarado and Penny. That sounds like a comedy act. You want to tell us some jokes?
He's the funny one.
Great to see you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, everybody. Great to be here. You know, I love it when the mayor and the council member provide all my updates. Number one, I can wrap it up quickly, but number two, that means that we're communicating, right? The fire department is communicating with our city leadership on all the great work that all of our staff is doing. So I'm really proud of that, to know. And I was telling Councilmember Bernstein, he knows who I'm hiring. I mean, that's great. But fingers crossed, you know, and I have to hand that to my recruitment team. That's something new that we started, and Captain Skyberg's here. He's taking a picture of me right now for some reason. But I send him out there to colleges, to joint apprenticeship committees for firefighters. He's out there knocking on doors, talking to paramedic programs, recruiting for Palm Springs Fire Department. So that's how we're getting the great people that we have. So if you guys wouldn't mind giving a little hand to Captain Skyberg. And then, you guys may have seen, but on February 1st, we talked about the Prescott Reserve Fire, second alarm fire in the middle of our city. And I'll tell you, our crews did a great job. No one was hurt, no structures were damaged, but we did have a loss to a piece of our environment right in the middle of our city.
right? And that's impactful. But I think that's an eye-opener to us. The whole west side, south side of our cities has that type of fuel. And that's why I'm out there, my teams are out there. When the rain's in, if we get any, we'll start it in May, we'll be out there clearing brush away from the homes on city property. It's important to do that kind of mitigation. And for full transparency, you guys may have heard the term after-action report after the Palisades fire, how important that report was. So I did one for this fire here at Prescott, and I'm going to present that to council tomorrow night. Because it's important that we look at our challenges, our successes, and how we can always do better in the future. So if you have an opportunity to watch online or go to the council meeting, but it's going to be a good, quick presentation on that fire. And then finally, the open house that we're having at Fire Station 1. I'll tell you, the open house is special to me, because I'll tell you, as a kid riding the school bus in Los Angeles Unified School District, I used to drive by a couple of LA City fire stations and go, what the heck's going on in there? The doors were down, but I was curious. Once in a while, we'd catch them out there washing the rig, and the first time I got to go into a fire station was life-changing for me, right? I mean, incredible. It just changed the direction of my life, my career, for my family. So this open house is something special. I want to share our vision for the future of Palm Springs Fire Department with you. And I tell you, what we have to share is 2 years in the making. I've been telling this group here, our team, we did a standard of cover, a master plan, 2 years in the works on what we need to provide service in the city of Palm Springs for the next 50 years. And we're hoping just to share a little bit of that with you. So on the 23rd from 4 to 6 p.m., please come down, Fire Station 1. We'd love to see you there. We're going to have pizza, refreshments. Our firefighters will be there. It'll be a great time. So thank you, everybody.
Any questions for you?
Well, that's for Danny. Any questions, Danny? Any questions anyone has for me?
I just want to really encourage everybody to go check out Fire Station #1 because it is not okay that the fire department is trying to operate out of that in such a busy location there. And honestly, I would say I was kind of shocked at what I saw. They're doing the best with what they can. They definitely need a replacement for that building. You just don't want it in our parking lot. Thank you.
You know, Joy, I share our story when I had Joy come over and to do an open house and to share how the firefighters are living. And I just revisited the story with someone. Joy was there, and I believe with the property manager, and we're walking through, and we're looking at the kitchen, and it's old, 70-year-old kitchen, right? And can you imagine having Thanksgiving, right, 12 people in your house every morning for coffee? Using the restrooms, right? Because we double our staffing in the morning when we're changing shifts. So imagine every day you're having Thanksgiving there, right? Dishes, bathrooms, showers, and it was meant for a couple of people 70 years ago. And I remember, and I tell a story when Joy walked in the where they sleep, the dorm. It's just a room. It's not a very big. There's just bed next to bed. She goes, "Oh my God, you guys need a new fire station." Right? So I just shared that story, and I want to thank Joy for taking the time to come down and spend some time with us. That was great. Thank you, Joy.
Thank you.
All right, Danny, make it quick.
I will make it quick. So I only have two things. One is I want to add on to what Sergeant Lamb and the Assistant Chief were talking about as part of the traffic and parking plan. I'm also doing an emergency evacuation plan this year. So all of that stuff is going to tie together because yes, it's important to know where we're parking, how we're driving around, but everybody knows that if something bad happens, traffic's a nightmare. So that's also something that we're working on this year. It's out for RFP. I'm actually doing interviews of our firms next week. So I'll hopefully be bringing that firm in here to talk to all of you. The other thing is, who's not going to the picnic? Is everybody in this room going to the picnic?
Yes.
That's unfortunate. I'm going to be in two places at once. So on the 21st, I'm also doing smoke alarm installation in Sahara. So if anybody wants something, volunteer work to do and not go to the picnic, or even outside of picnic hours, because it's from 8 to 1 at Sahara, come out and we're going to be doing installation. We're going to have Station 4 come out, and hopefully we'll get our fire marshal to come out and talk And those are the two things that I've got. Oh, yes, thank you, Chris. And fresh bookmarks right up the presses. So this is emergency material. I'll leave them with Denise like I always do. They're nice and colorful. I like things that stand out. It's what you should have in your kit. And that's just.
Disaster go back.
Yeah, disaster go bag.
Oh.
He's keeping me on point. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, sustainability. Sorry for the long walk.
Hello, everybody. Okay, so we have 2 events for you guys coming up. One of them is the Fixture Fair happening here at the Mydell Center. So the Mydell Center event will be this 21st, so next Saturday. It'll be from 10 to 2 p.m. You can register online. You can give me a call and I'll help you register as well. We are working alongside Comstream Disposal right over there. And we have a couple local volunteers like Ace Hardware, Jerry Alcorn. So we'll definitely want all of you guys to give me anything a fix. Come stop by and visit us. We also have a save the date for shredding, April 4th. So that'll be a full shredding event. You'll have bulky waste and e-waste, bulky items and e-waste. So you definitely want to make sure to save the date for April 4th at the Thompson Convention Center again. And then I want to introduce 2 people that. So now when you call sustainability, I won't be alone. I've doubled. So we have Thomas here.
Hi everyone, my name is Thomas Crowley. I joined the Office of Sustainability as a Climate Action and Sustainability Specialist. So as Benito mentioned, we're growing in force, we're growing in availability, and we're available to help and glad to be here to offer and address all your sustainability needs. Thank you.
And then we also have a civics park fellow joining us. You know, let her introduce herself.
Hi, y'all. It's great to meet y'all. I'm new to the city, actually. I'm a part of AmeriCorps, federal programs, specifically Civics Park. There are different young professionals throughout 3 different states, California, Washington, Colorado, working with state agencies, local governments like myself, working with the city. And yeah, I'm going to be working on home energy efficiency. I'm really excited about that. I'm actually from San Bernardino. So now listen, I know what you might be thinking. I know San Bernardino has a bad PR team. That's not, yeah, you can't say it, without a doubt. But we have a lot of heart and we're scrappy people. So that's the attitude I'm coming with. You know, I'm gonna try my best to do what I can to help out the city. So I hope that you see those efforts. Thank you.
Welcome.
My goodness, wow, not even introduced myself. Okay. My name is Sabina. I also go by Savi or X, like the letter X, like X-Men. That's more my street name though.
The Fix It Fair is the 21st of February. One quick thing also, so I know a lot of you have been reaching out regarding the low wage income discount. If you want Mydell on that date, we will be allowing you to register in person. And then it will be back on the website by end of this week as well. So you have options. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Desert water. Okay.
Hi. Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah. All right, so I am here on behalf of Desert Water Agency tonight. Bryce Sochi is at a different event, so we're tag teaming, splitting up. The first thing, oh, and I'm Nisha Ajmani, sorry, I should have introduced myself, yes. So I'm the Senior Public Affairs Specialist at Desert Water Agency. And the first thing we wanted to do tonight was thank everyone for their patience, because you may have noticed we've had a couple pretty major water leaks in the last couple months. So the first one was in December off of East Palm Canyon Drive and South Sunrise Way, which is the Smoke Tree Village area. So our crews responded to that, almost immediately, did a temporary repair so that we could turn water back on and open the roads back up, and then we returned later to do a more permanent fix in that area. And then the second one was just a couple of weeks ago, just outside the airport on El Cielo Road, and we actually returned today to make some more permanent repairs for that one. So I did just want to plug our social media channels. We do post ongoing updates there when these types of events happen. So if you're wondering, why there's a lot of water in the road and what we're doing about it, pretty quickly you can go to our social channels to get some information on that. The second thing I wanted to talk about tonight is in January we had a reorganization of our board of directors. So we have the same directors but different positions. So our president is now Kristen Bloomer, who happens to be in the back of the room here also, so she just gave a wave. And then our vice president is Gerald McKenna, secretary treasurer Paul Ortega, and then director Jeff Bowman and director Steve Grasha. And in case anyone wants to attend one of those meetings, they are open to the public, and it's the first and third Tuesday of each month. And then finally, we always like to give a quick plug for our rebates program. So I actually left, some of these flyers in the back, and it outlines all of our current rebates. We have grass removal program, washing machine, ultra efficient toilets, and my favorite, the smart controller, which helps you with irrigation outside. With that, I will open it up. Does anyone have any questions?
Is there any update on the water restrictions for HOA lawn watering due January 1st, 2029?
Yeah, so our conservation team has been working hard on that. There are a few different things going on. We have Making Conservation a California Way of Life, which is state regulations that are happening that will cause us to encourage everyone to conserve even more water than you already are now. And then there's a non-functional turf regulation also. So those are actually two separate things, but they obviously impact each other. There is more information on that on our website. If you go to www.dwa.org/save, there is a page there with some pretty up-to-date information and some Q&A FAQs.
You mentioned the repairs at Sunrise and East Palm Canyon recently.
Yes.
Could you speak to the level of street repair that DWA is responsible for when something like what occurred at Sunrise and East Palm Canyon happened?
That is a great question and probably something that I would need to follow up with our construction team for the specifics. I know that we dug a hole and repaired the pipe and then put paving back over the top of the hole. So I'd be happy to take down your information and follow up with some more specifics on that.
There's also another utility that hit our pipe doing horizontal drilling, so it wasn't our fault.
Yes, that was another project construction that caused that leak there. And then the leak on El Cielo was the type of pipe. It had a big break in the material, so we went in and replaced that with copper. Okay, thank you.
We have Liz. With any update on the tour?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Okay, quick update, field trip, the most important one. We are getting everything set up. How do you want to go? Yeah, okay. Oh, we do have interest. Okay. I was just going to say, so we don't have a date yet, but we will have all the details. If you do have interest on, this group may be smaller. We haven't done this in a few years, the field trip to the recycling facility. We're trying to work out both. As you know, we have the local facility here at Edom Hill, and then we have the MRF station, which is a little further down and requires a little more planning, but are going to start with the local facility here. So if you do have an interest in going, I'm not making a list, just please email me directly, Liz@PalmSpringsDisposal.com. Yes, all spelled out. If you do have an interest in coming on this trip to the recycling facility. And then we're gonna work on that and then post out. And we just wanna kind of get an idea of the number of people that might have an interest in going on this field trip. But we will have more details and I will share that. Sustainability and I will work on sharing those details as well. And maybe we can give that information to Denise as well to share that. But we will have more on that and date and all that information. But if you can please email me with, an interest, yes.
There's no date yet. right?
No date yet, yes.
Thank you.
I will make sure we share that as soon as we finalize the date. So, yes, before it gets hot, for sure. Yes.
February or March, or do you have any idea?
Oh, spring, for sure, yes. Before it gets hot, no, too soon, but soon.
Thank you.
Yes, spring. So yes, we will have those details out for you. Like I said, Benito and I will work on just making sure everything, the information is out. But yes, just please email me if you have an interest on this city so we can get an idea of how many people will be coming with us on this recycling field trip.
How many do you take?
Not many people want to go.
How large is the vehicle?
Well, we may get more than one vehicle if we have an interest.
Everyone's been asking about this for a long time, so.
Let me know, please, because that will help me. And then the date, of course, as soon as we have the date, we'll share that, and that might work out for you or whatever. Yes.
How long is the tour?
So if we're gonna start with the local facility, that's gonna be, a couple hours, so about 2 to 3 hours. It's just from getting there, seeing the facility and back. Thank you. And yes. Yes, Liz, Liz@PalmSpringsDisposal.com. Thank you, and I just need a, yes, kind of count. Okay, and, yes.
Liz, a quick question. So some of our neighbors have expressed interest in these, but they have either time or mobility restrictions. And they were wondering, is there a video library like YouTube or something that you have that covers a lot of the same, points of interest that the tours give for those who can't actually go on?
We do, and I'll admit they're a little outdated, and that's part of the reason also why we're doing this, is we're working with a new company to create videos. I know I've had a request on composting, so we're doing them all. So this spring, you will be seeing a video about our facility and compost. So yes, absolutely, it's everything so set. Thank you for bringing that up. While on those, any questions about the field trip? No. Okay. On the news, you guys saw the truck, our electric truck. We had it for a couple months. It's working great. I would say that we secured our grant. Yes. So we should be having that hopefully soon. So just getting, of course, the work on that. But it worked out. Truck did amazing with the pickup, and it was fast. It was able to keep up with us. So it's coming. So we're excited about that. And hopefully to be the first city in Coachella Valley, first college. One last thing, I'm sorry, I wanted to share. As you all know, our sustainability department has the battery recycling program, which we help out with collecting. Just a couple of tips that we want to ask your help with, please. If you can just not put tape on those batteries, and we can share that information. We'll work on a flyer for tips. It's very hard to recycle them when they have to take off the tape. I know that it's for safety reasons. We want to try and avoid a fire. We definitely ask you not to put them in the trash can because they have set a few of our trucks on fire. Yeah, so just that. But as you know, we do have recycling facilities. This is one of them, I believe, if that's correct. Our location is one as well. You can drop off at our location, City Hall, fire stations. You can drop off your batteries. Please do not put them on your waste containers. But yes, if you do, take them to one of our recycling facilities or the city recycling facilities. Do not put tape on them, please. We kindly ask. Any other questions for me today? No? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, and we are running long, and I want to make sure our speaker has time tonight, so yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a virgin here, and I think I might have missed my moment in time. I think 2-minute announcements.
Public comments is coming up shortly. Okay. Hi.
Hi. Kristen. Hi, my name's Kristen Bloomer, and I'm the new Director of Development here at Mizell Center. I just started last week. So, write my notes. And obviously, you know where the Mizell Center is because you're sitting in it. We love to have community groups here join us. That's one of our streams of revenue here at the center is room rentals. So if you know anybody that needs a space or you need a space, definitely get in touch with us to do events like this. It can be smaller, bigger. We have many different options here at Mizell. In addition to renting out our space, we're the Meals on Wheels program for the entire Coachella Valley from Whitewater down to the Salt Sea. We deliver about 700 meals per week to individuals, homebound seniors. That is part of a federal program, so they do need to qualify. But if you have someone that you think might qualify, get in touch with us and we can help you get that set up. We also serve a congregate meal here at the center Monday through Friday, and that is about 80 to 100 people every day from 11:15 to 12:15. It's very busy here during that time. And then also during the week and on the weekends, we have about 60 different activities, anything that you can think of from Spanish lessons to Tai Chi to chair yoga. Mahjong is very popular. If you're into Mahjong, it's made a resurgence, and we have multiple groups per week here playing Mahjong. So if you're interested, and we also teach classes on Mahjong. So if you are into getting into that rather than pickleball, you can come join us for that. We have some standing groups that meet here. The Realtors meet here every Wednesday morning. The Palm Springs Center Rotary Club meets here every Tuesday morning. So it's really a community center for all, and especially our activities are geared towards more senior, mature adults. You know, if we have anything, if you have a suggestion of something that you would like to see or know an instructor that would like to do a class here, please get in touch with us. We'll work it into our calendar. Another source of revenue is Aunt Betty's, the thrift shop. This time of year, there's a lot of donations, so there's a lot of good merchandise in there. So whenever you're free to stop in and check out what we have there. And I think that's pretty much, I think I covered everything.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. In addition to my full-time real job here at Mizell, I'm also on your board of the Desert Water Agency. I'm in the 5th district, so the most eastern part of Palm Springs, and the part of Cathedral City that we serve. So if you have any water questions, I will attempt to answer those. Or Nisha can answer anything that I can't answer. In the back. And I'm also on your Palm Springs Chamber Board of Commerce, so if you have any business questions, I'll try to answer those too. So,
What neighborhood do you live in?
I live in Araby Commons.
Okay.
Not too far from here, so.
Can you say your name again, please?
Kristen Bloomer, Bloomer.
I think you need another additional board member, so you might. There you go.
No more boards. Just say no.
All right.
And if, yeah, if you have any questions, sometime, I don't have business cards yet, but I will have them soon.
Thanks, Crystal.
Thank you.
We actually have lunch time, and I believe we have public comments, so did you have a comment, sir? And your name?
Matt.
Matt? And the topic?
The downtown, thank you. The downtown, is it on? Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Downtown Park?
Yeah, downtown parking. Yeah, I will do my best.
Okay.
I'm a 25-year resident. I'm a virgin in this meeting. I come before you as a member of the Block 200 Club. And I'm actually seeking 2.5 minutes of your time to raise an issue with you and seek your support. You may have seen in the last couple of days, 200 Block has begun an outreach campaign to the community in downtown Palm Springs. We
We represent 9 building owners and 35 small businesses that occupy the 200 to 300 block of North Palm Canyon. The average tenure of our businesses on the block is over 10.5 years. More than 40% of the business we do is with locals. We are exactly the kind of businesses that everybody talks about makes Palm Springs special. The incredible long-term tenure of our business is not just driven by what and how we sell, but also that our residents and our visitors can easily access our businesses from both Indian Canyon and Palm Canyon. For clarity, so there is no confusion. 1, we support the preservation of the Albert Frey Historic Building and its use in some future capacity. 2, we support the development of a new fire station to handle the overscaled businesses constructed downtown in the last few years. 3, we strongly reject the proposed location of a new fire station, which essentially eliminates the surface parking lot for our businesses, the only one in the entire block. This lot and its 65 parking spaces represents over 4,000 individual visitors a week, which will simply disappear. The parking lot to Indian Canyon back entrance is heavily utilized by our local patrons, patronizing downtown by accessing our businesses from that direction rather than going on Palm Canyon and adding to additional congestion. That was one of the reasons we all worked to get Indian Canyon to work in the first place. There are numerous other locations within 3,000 feet of the existing fire station which could be targeted for development of a new station, including working with the tribe right across the street. The new proposal from the city, and I can't believe I'm going to say these words, but I'm shocked I'm saying these words. The new proposal from the city appears to be following a standard practice for development projects around town. First, is to convince the citizens of Palm Springs of the need for a new project. In this case, it's the fire station. And while at the same time, there's an attempt to negate and muzzle the voices of those citizens who are most negatively impacted and directly impacted by the proposal. We have actively, over the last 30 days, sought to meet with the consultants, the fire department, the planning department, the engineering department, and the community development department. And this is all of these owners on this block. You know what we were told? No. No, by all of them. They said, come to the public relations open house in a couple of weeks and you can see what we're talking about. In our case, the proposal is simply economic suicide for our community block. With 35 businesses who've been successful for decades. So as community leaders, what we're asking you is we need your help. We need all of your help. We want to amplify our faith rather than allowing it to be suppressed. We ask if you'd be willing to circulate a petition encouraging the city to find another location from all the ample options so that we can continue to succeed and prosper while addressing adding to the diversity that makes it a great place to live and thrive. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Did you have a comment?
Yes.
Okay. 2 minutes, please.
You can hear me, everyone? Yeah? Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Brown, and I live in Athena, which is across from the airport. I'm here today representing a growing number of residents who are being woken up every morning at 4:30 by a persistent, high-pitched mechanical noise coming from the airport property. Specifically, we believe the rental car wash facility. I want to be clear, this is not the sound of an aircraft taking off or landing. This is a stationary, industrial, mechanical line that pierces through double-pane windows during the city's designated quiet hours. Under Palm Springs Municipal Code Section 1174-031, our residential zone is limited to 40 decibels between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. This mechanical noise far exceeds that threshold, creating a significant nuisance and health concern due to the sleep deprivation. Furthermore, Section 1174-043 prohibits the operation of any mechanical fan or blower in a manner that exceeds the ambient noise level at the property line. While the airport provides an essential service, the rental car agencies are neighbors within our city limits and must abide by our law, by our noise ordinances. So we're asking one, PS to help us engage with Airport Director Harry Barrett and the city manager to move these industrial cleaning operations to a start time of 7 a.m. in accordance with the city law. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Just a quick question for you, and I asked it last month, so I hope I'm not being a pest. The survey that we were sending into, do you have any updates yet, and what?
Yes, more to come. But top of the list was traffic.
Yes.
And traffic, and that thunder was taken away from me, which I'm glad.
Thank you very
So,
much. Maybe next
Sergeant Lamb gave me his email, and Denise has it, for that task force, for that, committee.
the survey that you asked.
Right, but I was just telling you about the traffic piece. That was the number one topic that everybody, yes.
I did not.
There are other issues, many, but the number one that overwhelming issue that everyone's complaining about was traffic. So I'm happy that's being addressed, and there'll be more to follow.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, with that, our next meeting is Tuesday, March 10th, 4 p.m. at the Police Training Center. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn. And thank you all. Have a nice March. Or February.